Hello, Divine Twins. This is Debs, and of course, this is your Twin Flame journey for the month of July 2025. Thank you, first of all, for being here. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for your support for the channel. And let's get into this reading and find out who we're connecting with. This may be your Twin Flame journey. It may not be. So the deck that I have been asked to use, rather surprisingly, is the Lightseer's Tarot. It's a very real deck. It's quite a modern deck. So I may be connecting here with two souls who are very modern thinkers. Okay. Archangel Michael saying that's correct, Deborah. Okay. So calling on the divine, the higher angels, and ascended masters from the pure white light, please guide me in this twin flame journey for the collective. This is for the month of July 2025. Thank you. I'm hearing Archangel Ariel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Metatron. Arnold standing in the corner. He's standing up from a seated position. He's taking off a baseball cap and he's putting on a crown. And he's looking at me intently. There could be a situation here where one of these two souls is ascending. They may be moving into a much more mature energy, taking charge, acting with integrity. No longer messing around is what I'm getting here. Ooh, Michael's saying stop. Okay, all right. As you know, we don't cut the deck for twin readings. Here we go. The top line represents the energy of the masculine. I'm sorry, I'm a bit thrown off. Arnold still stood there looking at me with this gold crown on his head. Almost sort of King Arthur style. And I don't know why King Arthur in particular has come through. Okay. I'm now hearing Knights of the Round Table. Okay. We could be looking at a very intense past life connection here. These two souls may have been trying to come into union. I have to say, I know it sounds crazy, guys. I'm hearing for centuries. For centuries. Are they finally going to come into union in this lifetime? I'm hearing in this modern age. It may be a rather unusual reading, guys. We will see what comes through. All right. There we go. 6 cards for the masculine, 6 for the feminine. Now, as you know, you could be masculine, Saturn, or feminine, and vice versa. I'm simply going to say the masculine and the feminine. Okay, you will know who you are in the mix. The card in the center will show us the outcome, where both twins are on their journey. This will be mutual energy. Okay, guys. Underneath the deck, oh, wow, we have the Emperor. We have the divine masculine energy. Standing strong, taking charge, acting with integrity. In a very mature frame of mind. Okay. So this reading may be more about the divine masculine ascending than these two aiming to come into union. Okay, twins. So let's start with the energy of the masculine. It'll be interesting to see what energy he's sitting in and how he's feeling and maybe what he's coping with at this point of time. Okay, the Wheel of Destiny. I feel the divine masculine may be ready to move out of a karmic connection. This can be the Wheel of Karma. I feel as if there's a sense of liberation What I'm noticing here, which I've never actually noticed before on this particular image, on this card, is if we look at this person standing on top of this wheel, it's as if they are discarding a black shroud and they are embracing the light here. I feel we may be connecting with a divine masculine who has suddenly awoken to the fact that he is ready to come into union. He is ready to ascend. He is on the twin flame journey. It may be a wake-up call. It may be unsettling, but he's ready to throw off the past and embrace the light, which means he may have been sat in a little bit of shadow in the past, or he may have felt trapped in a karmic connection, maybe with someone who didn't want to let him go, with someone who was firmly held in the matrix. He is now seeing the truth, and I think he's standing up and he's taking charge. Beautiful. So, divine twins, should we have a look at the divine feminine's energy? Let's have a look and see what's on her mind and how she is feeling at this point of time. Death and rebirth. Scorpio energy. So we have Aries and Scorpio, if that's relevant for someone. I feel the feminine has gone through major change over the last, I'm hearing, few months. So this has been a relatively short period of time where she's had to embrace a very different energy. It may be that she's always known that she was on the twin flame path, but I feel a strength within her that has enveloped her. She's got her feet on the ground. She's viewing her life in a very realistic way. She may have known who her true divine masculine was for quite a long time. I feel she's about to let go. Let go of the hope of union in this lifetime. She will always feel connected to him, always. But I feel she's ready to move forward and potentially take charge of her life and stop waiting. Just at the point that the divine masculine is awakening to the very strong connection he feels with this particular individual. I want to say with this woman. Michael's saying yes. It may well be that if the divine feminine was hoping and praying that the masculine would ascend and move forward with her, it may well be that now she's released that particular dream. She's no longer hanging on to that dream so fiercely, so emotionally. The masculine has woken up to the significance of this woman in his life, even if he's met her just once, even if this is someone he hasn't seen for 10 years, he is waking up to the importance of this woman in his life. And he's taking action. Finally. Whereas the feminine is deciding to quietly close the door. No drama, no upset. She's just accepted the fact that these two may not come into union in this lifetime. Very interesting. Divine twins, let's have a look at the second card for the masculine. Now, this will represent how he views his true divine feminine, what he believes is on her mind, how he believes she's feeling. So, as always, this will be his point of view, how he sees his feminine. Yes, wow. Divine twins, he is of the understanding, whether or not this is a psychic understanding or whether or not he knows for a fact, that this divine feminine has almost had enough. It's as if I've waited and waited and waited at the top of this hill. I've been trying to see the bigger picture. I've been trying to coast. I can't do it anymore. I am symbolically packing up my things and I'm moving. I'm following the light. I'm moving elsewhere. I can't deal with this anymore. 10 of Wands. He feels her energy pulling back from him. And I think he is feeling rather stressed. Unless he takes action now, it may be he's worried. Unless he takes action now, he's going to lose the opportunity of union. So twins. Let's move to the second card for the Divine Feminine. And as always, this is going to show us what she believes is on her masculine's mind, how she believes he is feeling. This will be her perspective. The Four of Pentacles. The way she sees the Divine Masculine feeling is he has to hold back, he has to hold on to his finances, he's not moving. Just at the point where he decides to get out of this karmic cycle. So with that acknowledgement, she's accepted that she has to walk away from the potential of these two coming into union in this lifetime, because she believes he will continue to hold back and remain held in this rather toxic cycle, possibly with a karmic partner, which is why she is releasing the hope of this, giving the reins to source. What will be will be. If we are not supposed to come into union in this lifetime, so be it. And I feel that energy has kick-started the masculine into taking some kind of action. Now, twins, we move to the third cards. These, of course, will represent how each twin sees the actual relationship with the other twin, the connection that's been built up between the two of them since the first time that they met. So let's have a look at how the Divine Masculine sees the connection, the relationship with his true Divine Feminine. This will be his point of view. Yes, Page of Swords. I feel that in recent times, the Divine Masculine, either psychically or in real time, has relayed to the feminine that he just can't do this. I can't release myself from this cycle. I can't move forward with you. We cannot reunite. We can't move into reunion. This is a masculine who has been, up until this point of time, sat very much in his logic. This is someone reading a book. Well, this particular cycle that I'm in dictates X, Y, Z. So, I'm sorry, no, I'm not willing to change my situation. From a logical point of view, I don't think it's wise. What I feel the Divine Masculine is relaying to the feminine is, I know that I relayed to you that I cannot do this. I know that I was sitting in my logical mind previously. I'm thinking about what I said to you. I want you to know that I have been considering taking action, despite what I said to you before. He is wanting to talk about a message that he relayed to her, either in the 5D or in real time, face to face, saying to her, we cannot be together. He wants to talk to her about that because for him, everything is changing. I think he's ready to move out of this karmic situation and be with the feminine on the twin flame path to embrace their soul mission. So twins, let's have a look at how the Divine Feminine sees the connection with her Divine Masculine. Let's see how she views this, right? 9 of Swords. I feel she has become aware that there is no chance of union in the 3D. I feel she keeps thinking about the Divine Masculine relaying this message to her. I'm so sorry, despite the fact that I know who you are to me, despite the fact that I feel this connection with you, I cannot change my situation. Only now, feeling her energy pull back from him, is he realizing that he wants to do this. He's ready to do this. He's ready to step into the energy of the Emperor. This is all about the Emperor, the Divine Masculine. But she is still thinking about this difficult message of truth that he relayed to her. But he wants to talk to her about this message. because I think he's changed his mind. But all she can think about is, okay, it's not going to happen. I have to release the hope of being with my divine masculine in this lifetime and simply move forward. Carry on the twin flame journey solo if I have to. Maybe there will be reunion in another lifetime. But she's upset about this, understandably, because I feel these two have waited for centuries to come into union. So twins, let's move now to the fourth cards. These are going to represent, of course, the messages that each twin wants to relay to the other twin, messages of love and support for the twin flame journey itself. But these could also be pieces of information sent between the souls during astral travel in dream state. Or these could be questions that one twin wants to ask the other twin that they may not have had the opportunity or the confidence to ask in person. So let's first of all delve into the energy of the masculine of the Emperor to see what he would want to relay to his true divine feminine. Yeah, Eight of Swords. I feel what the divine masculine is wanting to relate to the feminine is he's going through the dark night of the soul. He's a little bit emotionally confused. He doesn't quite know what's happening to him, but he somehow understands it is connected to his association with this woman. But he may not have understood up until this point who she actually was to him. He's understanding it now, and he's coping with the realization that he is being pushed through ascension, through the dark night of the soul, for him to become fully spiritually aware that these two share a soul mission, a soul contract, and that he should move out of this karmic cycle he's been entangled in order to embrace a new life path with his true divine feminine. He's suddenly becoming aware of that. But is it too late? Because he feels that the divine feminine is shifting her energy forward. Now, twins, we move to the fourth card for the divine feminine. Let's have a look and see what messages she would wish to send to him, and they could be in response to what he is relaying to her. I think I understand this connection. I'm still a little bit confused. I'm trying to find my feet in this new energy, but I'm getting there. Let's see what she would want to say to him. King of Swords. What she may be relaying to him is, I thought that you were still sat in your logical mindset. I thought that you were still sat firmly in the matrix, following the rules and regulations. I thought that you were so firmly disconnected from your emotions, from your spirituality, from what your soul was craving, that you would never have the courage to break that cycle. So she is questioning what he is relaying to her, which I think is, I see things very differently now. I see this association with you differently. I see the world differently. It's as if I'm being reborn. She's questioning that. Is this for real? So twins. Moving now to the fifth cards. Let's have a look and see what challenges and obstacles these two souls face in order to come into union in the 3D. Let's see, first of all, the challenges and obstacles the masculine is facing in order to break free of the cycle he's in to come into union with his true divine feminine. The Hierophant. Yes. This is ascension. This relates to spirituality. But the Hierophant can be a very traditional energy, doing what he feels is expected of him, not listening to the inner calling. I see this person sitting cross-legged and they're laughing. Why are they laughing? Because they're realizing it's not about rules and regulations. It's not about following others' opinions. It's not about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It is about his true soul mission. It is about ascension. And he's laughing. I feel his challenge is now he understands where he is supposed to be going and what he's supposed to be doing on a spiritual level. There's a massive sense of relief. I get it now. I understand it now. He's enlightened. There's an excitement in that. It's as if a weight has been lifted off his shoulders. Suddenly I understand why I am here on this earth in human form. I understand it all now. Everything is slotting into place. I get it. He's laughing at the energy he sat in previously. I can't believe I didn't see it before, thinks the masculine. But this is a challenge, because I feel as if he's going to have to push against convention, other people's opinions, maybe judgment, in order to follow his soul's calling, which is to come into union with his divine feminine, because they have a soul mission to fulfill. Can he do this, though? Does he have the strength to break the karmic cycle and move forward and join his divine feminine on the twin flame path? Does he have the courage? It will be a challenge. The Hierophant can relate to Taurus. He could be a Taurian, or he could be held in a marriage with a Taurian. Maybe he's realizing he would need to end his marriage in order for him to move forward successfully into union. But there is a lightness to him at this point. Now, twins, let's have a look at the fifth card for the divine feminine. This, of course, is going to represent the challenges she faces, the blocks that she needs to remove from the twin flame path in order to come together with her true divine masculine. Let's have a look, twins. The Strength card, Leo energy. She doesn't know if she has the courage to stand still and to open up to communication with the masculine if he approaches her. She doesn't know if she has the courage to hear him out. She may feel that deep down her obstacle is that she has been holding back. I feel she's been holding back because she's understood that she cannot tamper with divine timing. She cannot push the masculine to make a decision based around this connection because she has to wait until he's learned all his lessons. She has to wait for divine right timing. He has to be the one who listens to his soul, understanding that he is destined to move on to a new path, and at that point, the divine opens the 5D door. At that point, he begins to see numerical synchronicities. He begins to feel very differently about his environment, people around him. He may receive downloads from source. He may feel connected to his guardian angel, the Archangels. His third eye opens, his chakras become alive. That is the time when the divine says to the masculine, okay, stand up, you've got to be ready for your mission. The divine feminine knows she could not have pushed him in any way to ascend because she cannot tamper with free will. Her challenge is, do I continue to hold back, feeling as if the masculine is maybe sitting in strategic energy? Is he still sat in logic, or has he truly heard the call of source? She's not sure. But what she does know she needs to do is wait for the masculine to approach her. But symbolically, twins, she's already packed up. She's already on her way into a new cycle. So he's got to act fast if he wants union in this lifetime. So, twins, moving now to the penultimate two cards. These, of course, are going to represent what each twin is hoping for pertaining to the connection with the other twin by the end of July 2025. So let's have a look, twins, at what the masculine is really hoping for pertaining to the connection with his feminine by that time. The Three of Swords. I feel the divine masculine is hoping to get over the heartbreak. He may feel torn in two emotionally. It may well be that he spent many years with a karmic partner. They do have history. They may have children together. There may have been many happy memories. But now he understands the divine is asking him to detach from the karmic, to move forward with the divine feminine, because that is his soul mission. He's being torn in two. But I feel he's ready to take charge, although there will be heartbreak involved. He may be leaving a home that he's known for many years. He may be moving to a different location. He may be having to say goodbye to extended family. It will be heartbreaking. But I feel he's ready to face that and act with integrity, because he's realizing this connection with his divine feminine was preordained by source, by God. It is more important. So twins, let's have a look at the divine feminine's energy. Let's have a look and see what she's hoping for pertaining to the connection with her masculine by the end of July 2025. The Ace of Pentacles. I'm actually hearing the gift of foresight, the gift from source. I feel the divine feminine knew way back that it would take a lot for the divine masculine to move into union. She may have wondered whether or not it would ever happen in this lifetime. She may have been waiting centuries for him to ascend, for him to understand that he was held in the matrix up until this point of time. I feel she is the one who will be in some ways gifting her knowledge to the divine masculine, understanding that this will be a very difficult transition for him, understanding there's a lot for him to learn in a very short space of time. He's going to feel overwhelmed. So what she's saying to her masculine is, this is a gift from source. This is something we should be celebrating. Yes, it's going to be challenging for you. Yes, it's going to change your life. But I am here to help you. We're in this together. This is a beautiful energy, twins. So shall we have a look at the energy between these two? This is the outcome, the mutual energy both these souls are going to feel pertaining to this particular connection by the end of July. Let's have a look. Yes. This is all about the divine masculine. This is all about the Emperor. The Emperor is being called to go through what might be a very painful ending with a karmic, because he suddenly realizes who he is actually supposed to be with. And it is going to be painful. There's no way around it. He has to go through the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords in order to ascend. One of his lessons is to have the courage to embrace this new path, this twin flame journey. So divine twins, a very intense reading. Let's from here move into messages from the divine feminine to the masculine and vice versa. So Archangel Michael, maybe first of all have messages from the divine feminine to her divine masculine. The divine feminine is saying to her divine masculine, I can't offer you anything more right now. She has put up strong boundaries. She's told herself there's a limit of how much I'm going to extend myself in order to help the masculine ascend. She is pulling right back, and he's feeling that. She's basically said, this is my limit. I cannot wait anymore. I cannot help you in the 5D any more than I have done. I'm moving forward. And he knows that. He feels that. Second message from the Divine Feminine to her Divine Masculine. Thank you, Michael. I'm afraid that if we get too close, you will abandon me. So the feminine is fighting childhood wounding. The feminine is fighting abandonment issues. It's going to take a lot for her to stop this journey she's on, this solo journey, because she's moved out of the cycle of waiting for him. It's going to take a lot for her to stand still and hear this Emperor out. But I feel she will. Her challenge is she could hold back if he communicates, but I don't think she will. I think she'll listen to what he has to say, even though she's sat in fear that if this did move into a partnership in the 3D, he would end up abandoning her. I don't think he would, but that is her fear. Final message from the Divine Feminine to her Masculine. Thank you, Michael. The Feminine says to the Masculine, you are like no other. Of course. Of course. So twins. Beautiful messages from the Feminine. She knows her limits. She can't give him any more in the 5D. She is admitting to fears of abandonment, that he may walk away from her, having decided to try and embrace this dual mission. And she is stating to him, you are my true Divine Masculine. There is no other. You are the other half of my soul. Now, twins. Archangel Michael, may we have messages from the Masculine to his true Divine Feminine? Thank you, Michael. The Divine Masculine states to the Feminine, I'm hiding my true feelings from you. He may have done that for a very long time. He may have pretended as if he didn't care. He didn't feel this connection with her. He's still hiding from her that he is about to take action. I feel he's also been keeping his ascension symptoms, potentially, under wraps from her. She has no idea that he is on his way. Yes. The Masculine says to the Feminine, I long to be one with you, union. Yes. He is hiding the fact that he is now ready to come into union in the 3D with his true Divine Feminine. Those are his true feelings. He longs to be one with her, to come into union. Final message from the Divine Masculine to his Feminine. I'm trying to be someone you can trust. I feel he is going to act with integrity. He is going to break a karmic cycle in order to come into union with his true Divine Feminine. And I feel, Divine Twins, that this specific journey has been particularly challenging because I believe these two souls have been trying to come into union in the 3D for centuries. So, Divine Twins, I'm leaving it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like your own twin flame reading, you can book that with me. My website's down below, but I'm leaving that there. Take care of you, and of course, I'm sending love and light your way, and many blessings. Bye now.